This is Toni Michelle Williams. No, seriously, this is Toni Michelle Williams. And I think it's a major problem when people like Toni Michelle Williams can only come here for a town hall. You know? That's why I said, the financial inaccessibility of this conference is really a big issue, even for me. And I feel like, even though I'm a community reporter, honestly, most people who are black and trans do not have access to get bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, or what have you. We can't keep picking the exceptional, whatever standards of exceptional that, are defined by white clinician standards, right? The folks in grassroots organizations know more than anybody in here, to be honest. And I'm saying that as a reporter, and I'm not trying to turn on anyone, but I'm just we have to say the truth. We have to say the truth. If we really want our communities to take steps forward, we have to say the truth. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead if you have a question, please answer it. The legendary Toni Michelle Williams.
Yes, give it up for Dorcas. Yes, in London. What we see here is black, trans, and queer leadership. Yes, give it up for black and trans and queer leadership. I think it's okay to say that in 2019, close to 2020, black folks, we will interrupt. We will interrupt. Black trans folks will interrupt to share our truths. This is not an interruption. It's just a sharing. So she has something to share.
Whenever you stand up and to say so many times about I've been discriminated against, I get it and I hear it and I know it because I live it, and for you to say it to me is insulting because as you look at the 18 names that are on that list that have been murdered, it is 17 of them that are black trans women and one white trans man who was murdered by his brother. Okay, so this is, when you really look at the way that black trans people are treated, the way that we have to go through so many different things, whenever there's no rights for us, that means that there's really no rights for you. So therefore, at the end of the day, the only reason why I wanted to stand up here and say what it was that I was saying is because I genuinely believe that you all are trying to go in the right direction, right? But at the end of the day, if you're going in the right direction, sometimes it's just okay to sit there and not have a response to everything. When you all are giving these responses, right, and so it's like, right. And that's just what I want to say. I felt like it was very triggering, and I wanted to say something really horrible, but I didn't, and I just wanted to make sure that I let you know that it was really triggering. So please just kind of watch that, and that's cool. Thank you. And thank you for giving me this space. Thank you.
Stay right here, baby. Thank you. It's really important that y'all give love, but what we need to start practicing, because y'all are a little bit behind, I can make that assessment. My people in Atlanta, yes. I can make that assessment because there's not enough black and brown folks in this space. So y'all are just a little bit behind. So to catch you up, I know y'all gave her love, but is there an apology that you are willing to extend and offer, or an acknowledgement of the trauma that she just experienced?
So I'm sorry you were triggered by that. My confusion...
That's not an apology.
It's okay. It's okay. Let me tell you why. Because what we're going to do is do something that no one in the world does, and that's practice grace with each other. So I'm going to extend a little grace this time, and we're just going to model what this could and should be looking like. But after that, we shouldn't be doing this anymore, Executive Director, okay? Right here, is there something you want to hear from this person to help you feel restored and more alive?
To be honest with you, just to stand up and say, I apologize would have been more than enough, and then to just sit down.
Let's do that.
I apologize.
Wait. Hey. That's not what we're practicing. Come on, let me help you model. So I want you to actually stand and face this person. Not too close. Not too close. But just enough space so we feel that you're real. You know what I mean? Okay, give me this and put your hands by your side.
Honey, you weren't here when we had this interaction before. I
got you. I promise. It's okay. It's okay.
So
I got you.
It's not okay because I don't want it.
Oh, you don't? Bam.
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm going to make it quick. I I didn't, yeah, and I don't want you all to feel attacked. This isn't an attack. This is a call in, not a call out. My concern is, how can I be a person that has worked in this field for so long with several organizations, and I had to hear about it by word of mouth through another black trans woman, and coming here, I expected to feel affirmed in the space, but it felt a little shocking because there aren't many people of color here. So my suggestion would be exactly what they said before, developing relationships with community-based organizations that are ran by trans people, but also your board of directors should reflect trans people of color and trans people of color who are living with HIV. So they're the only ones that can make the best decision. Not to say they may not have the academia you have, but they're the ones that can give you the yes and the no to if it's effective. Just like right now, a lot of y'all are uncomfortable, but black women living with HIV are uncomfortable every day of their lives. So just want to say again, I apologize on the behalf of whoever has offended someone. When you apologize, it's not, I'm sorry if you were offended, but I'm sorry, my intention was not for you to be offended, but for you to feel welcomed. And from here on out, your experience will be there because I'm going to practice using behaviors, using communication that is open and receptive. So a lot of y'all out there get it. So we just got to tap the one on the shoulder next to us that don't get it. Keep telling them and keep it coming. But I love y'all. I hope y'all love us after this. And thank you for having us.
I just want to share that. What's your name? This person here? Miss Erica. Yes, Miss Erica and I had a lovely conversation where I kind of just described what the impact was. Everybody in this room, I'm sure, can share with Miss Erica what you felt the impact was. The only way that we will transform and grow and continue to save the lives of black trans women who are being murdered every day to this week is if we push back to transform. If we speak up, not just speaking up, saying nothing and responding and saying nothing, but allowing folks who are impacted, black folks, brown folks, trans folks, to say the truth, and everybody needs to stand the fuck up and share their own truths too, and not let us say our truths alone while y'all sit and not say anything in return. Everyone, Puerto Rico, places all over this world are retaliating and fighting the fuck back. Everybody say, fight the fuck back. That's exactly what needs to happen. And the next time we come up in here, I need to see my girls up on these 2 rows in this leadership, because we don't trust that anything will get done. We don't trust that anything will get done if we're not here with you, making decisions, having these conversations with you. Ashe.
Okay. But yeah, thank y'all. And I'm sorry you had to do that even during this week, because it's been a rough week. What's up?
Okay, this is really hard to talk about, but there's a lot of people in this room who are in between where this board is and where you are. A lot of people who are in between those 2 places. So for us, when we hear somebody on the board say we were discriminated against, it's just as disturbing for us as it is for you. Not as much as it is because you're the ones who are, you're the people of color, right? But
I'm sorry, really.
I
Okay.
just want to say.
But constructively, I have to say, I think there's a level of violence in terms of comparing your experience as a white person to black people.
And there's also, I'm trying to understand what you mean by what it.
Same.
I also want clarification when you said between the board and where you are, because where are they and where's the board? I just wanted clarification on that.
The board is saying that they understand that they've been discriminated against too. And a lot of us in this room, there's all different levels. And so there's
have a white conversation.
no,
Thank you, Ames.
no.
Yeah, because I think.
Please give me a moment to share with you. Please give me a moment.
I'm not sure. Are you, well, actually, I should have asked this. Are you a member of the trans community?
I am a non-binary trans person who is a social worker.
Okay.
I have a PhD in 2 fields, and I cannot get a job as an academic because of the prejudice in this country.
So you have a PhD.
In 2 fields, and I'm working as
Pretty huge dick.
I'm working as a social worker at a hospital because why?
Okay.
Because
Okay. Okay. Well, at this point, we would like to wrap that up. Another thing I would like to bring up to the audience is that WPATH and USPATH, moving forward towards January, will be taking open comment period. And if you all have registered, we just wanted to get your permission to send emails and further notifications so that when open comments come, that you're able to put your comments in about standards of care. So again, we just wanted to get your permission, seems like everyone's clapping, to send out notifications, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for participating. There were some difficult conversations here that need to be had. And I think that probably less is more for me to say right now. And I think that one takeaway that I'm going to bring back to the next, bring up at the next board meeting, and I think my colleagues probably agree, is that a discussion around power, privilege, and unconscious bias is something that needs to be centered in this sphere. Thank you.